Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Double Stuff Podcast, where we're double the host, double the topics, double the fun, and I'm Alan.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Charity.
And we are in March, and March
Yay.
has a lot of fun stuff coming up.
Yes.
As we've been talking about things to do, did you guys happen to know that March is National Flower Month? As in...
Plants or baking?
That's a good question.
Yes.
So, National Flower Month encourages using a variety of flowers to fit your baking and cooking needs. While wheat is the most common variety of flour, you also have corn, you have peas, potatoes, nuts, and other grains
Potato flour and pea flour?
Yeah, there's potato flour.
I've
heard of
Potato bread.
I've heard of potato, but I didn't know you got it with peas.
I assume potato bread just use flour.
And I don't know about peas, but I do know that chickpeas or garbanzo beans is also a flour. But yeah, as far as like the little green sweet peas, I don't know about that. But we use flour to make baked goods, pasta, crackers, pastries, and sauces. As a key ingredient in many recipes, flour fills canisters of a well-stocked kitchen. Do you have any flour in your well-stocked kitchen, Sarah?
I think it's one of those. I think even if you don't bake often, you always have to have flour.
So cheap.
Just regular, enriched flour. I guess whole wheat flour if you need that. I'm sure flour had a big emergence around 2020 because since we couldn't do much, everybody was making sourdough bread.
That was
everybody
a big one.
was doing sourdough.
Yeah.
So they were kind of
everybody got their starters going. Yeah.
But I mean,
is yours still alive or did it die?
We never did the sourdough.
We didn't do that.
No, we just made videos as videographer nerdy people do. We just did what we normally do.
Yeah. So, but I mean, we use it for when it's needed. If we have to do like.
Do you guys do a lot of baking?
We do around the holidays, but that's about it.
Definitely around the holidays.
Yeah.
For sure.
So at least November,
daily
December.
baking.
No.
Yeah.
No. We. I mean, I guess when we were younger, when our parents used to cook more, we did.
But we didn't even do that much baking. I mean, even when we were younger, it was still around the holidays because we did Christmas cookies.
It's so accessible to have like some sort of like dough. It's already cheap enough to make dough yourself. Of course, it's going to taste better. Of course, it's going to look better. But I mean, as far as convenience, I think prepared dough, biscuits, whatever it is that you're, and even store-bought bread is so good now, but man, nothing compares to having something baking in your house and just the aromas.
Makes your whole house smell good. I feel like baking is something if you need a large quantity of something or maybe a special occasion, so like a holiday or if you're baking a cake for a birthday, but like just
by yourself baking,
I can't just be like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna make a cake today. Like I've never had that urge to.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. But and since we don't really entertain a lot of people, I guess we don't really bake very often.
I mean, I deserve a cake, so I guess I could make myself a cake.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah. I guess I can go to Dylan's and get me a cake and then take the wrapping off, and be like, look what I made.
Well, let me ask you this. So. As I don't know if any of you here, I know we've talked about Dan and his dietary needs, but have you ever done anything? And I don't even know if it's non-vegan I guess you could still use flour, but I know that some dietary needs like gluten-free diets and things like that, you can't use wheat flour. And so you have like almond flour or like what we were talking about, chickpea flour, garbanzo bean flour.
I know our sister Christy has
rice flour.
Yeah, she's experimented with different different types of flour, and I've at least a little bit I've seen her do, and she's noticed like a lot of the flour, the different types, you have to really do it carefully because the stuff comes out really dense. Now, I can't say all the flours do
or
that.
less dense, too. Like rice flour is a lot lighter.
A lot lighter, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like a cake made with rice flour is almost kind of angel foody, but I mean, it still tastes really good, but I mean, it's very soft and delicate.
And I'm kind of
It's really
curious.
good.
So you sound like a baker.
Well,
Well,
in
you
California,
do it more.
like a lot of the cakes
yeah.
and pastries were done, like in or by Chinese people, either first generation immigrant. We would call them Chinese cakes, but they were using rice flour, and it was. It's a different kind of feel and texture and taste, and
But it's gotta be like
it's super good.
Very
It's
fluffy,
super good. I liked it a lot.
Well, I'll have to next time this rolls around, we'll have to. It's time for us to make some
Yeah.
rice flour cakes or something like that.
I'll leave that to Christy.
Well, that's for the month, but I know that we have some
Yeah.
very exciting specific days through the month of March. Do you guys have any days that you like to celebrate, Sarah?
Oh, okay, I'll go. So March 15th
Yeah.
is National Kansas Day.
Whoa, we have
Yeah.
our own day?
Well, which is kind of interesting that we have our own day because technically, and even in the blurb it says, Kansas became a 34th state January 29th, 1861. So usually the last weekend of January, at least in Wichita, we celebrate Kansas Day during then. So I'm kind of curious why they picked March 15th because at least based on when it became a state, it doesn't happen in March, but I guess that's just a date that they picked
Yeah.
to commemorate
We
it.
should get that day off. We should get an extra day off. Holiday.
We should. Well, and then see, Kansas Day is different than Wichita Day. Because
Wichita has a day?
because I think Wichita became a city in it's like
Is
July.
that, is that what kicks off Riverfest or something?
I think it depends on how Riverfest falls, but I thought usually it's in July, so it's a little bit. It's a little bit further.
That's
Usually,
around Riverfest,
usually
isn't it?
Riverfest is late May, early June.
Okay.
But like I said, maybe it depends on how the calendar falls. But I'm almost certain we usually celebrate. We usually do a Wichita birthday celebration. I want to say it's in July.
Okay.
So again, I don't really see. It's interesting they pick March. There's not really a correlation, but regardless, it's officially a day. So it says, magnificent herds of bison, elk, mule, deer, antelope. Deer and antelope play. Of course, our state song is "Home on the Range." Antelope roam the vast open plains populated by Cherokee, Osage, Pawnee, and many other tribes. The region became part of the United States with the Louisiana Purchase in 1803, and it officially became a 34th state January 29th, 1861. So, a little cool random Kansas quick cover of Kansas history there.
Well, the birth of Kansas is very interesting. If you guys want to do some history on the birth of Kansas, I mean, it was bloody.
Well, yeah, they did talk about bloody Kansas, and admittedly, I know a little bit about that. I used to have one of my history professors when I was in college. He would do tours during the summer, or I think it was during the summer. He would do tours of the different places where the bloody Kansas took place. So he would take them throughout the state of Kansas and show them all the places where all the battles were fought and all that kind of stuff. I never got a chance to go to one of those. I wanted to, but he did it every year for, I don't know, at least maybe 10,
There's
12
a
years.
wonderful mural in the state capitol with John Brown as he's
The Ad Astra?
yeah.
The Ad Astra painting or whatever?
No. I don't know what it's called. Maybe it is because that's our state motto, "To the stars through difficulty," and that's kind of how the birth of Kansas happened. But there's plenty of other days in the month, and we'll celebrate Kansas Day on March 15th.
So
All right.
everybody put on your
Yeah.
Kansas hats.
Yeah. Grab a rifle in one hand, a Bible in the other,
And a pitchfork in the third
and
hand.
just go out on the street, see what happens. All right. Maybe there's some lighter days that we can celebrate. Do you got one, Sherry?
Well, I've got March 6th, which is National Oreo Cookie Day.
Oh, that's quite the opposite of what we were talking about.
That's
I
true.
love it.
Well, I feel like we've talked about Oreos a lot on this podcast, especially Dan, because he says Oreos are vegan. And
Well, and not only that, but thankfully, because Layla has a gluten allergy, they've come out with gluten-free Oreos, so she can finally have store-bought cookies. Because
Yay.
one of the things that kills her when or is a trigger for eczema is nuts and flour, which we talked about flour, but nuts also as far as peanuts. So, and I mean, cookies. How do you have a childhood without cookies? So at least Oreo is,
Good job, Oreo.
helping out
All
the
inclusive.
youth of America have a complete childhood full of cookies.
Well,
Well, tell us a little bit more.
She can celebrate on March 6th with her gluten-free Oreos because
Okay.
it is National Oreo Cookie Day, and Oreos are the best-selling cookies in the U.S. The National Biscuit Company,
They
or
are good.
Nabisco, as we
Nabisco.
all know it, first developed and produced the Oreo biscuit, as it was originally called, in 1912 in their New York City factory. And then the name Oreo was trademarked back in 1912. So the first Oreo cookies in the U.S. were sold for 25 cents a pound. Yeah. Not 25 cents
I could
a
eat a
pound
pound
anymore,
of Oreos, too.
But they
I was
were,
gonna say, yeah.
But they were originally in clear glassed topped novelty cans.
Oh, so they were fancy.
They were fancy.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were the Oreo biscuit originally.
Oh,
Biscuit,
yeah.
So you got to imagine people in their Mary Poppins looking outfit, daintily holding
Yeah.
a cream.
You don't think they
Oreo
were
biscuit.
twisting the tops and licking the cream out?
Well,
And throwing away the cookie?
Not in mixed company
no, in the privacy of your home.
where you live wild and carefree.
Well, and see, I always wonder. I wish, again, especially when I'm learning about like the history of food. Like, I wish I knew what they originally tasted like, because I'm sure they taste much better than they do now. I've been disappointed by Oreos over the past few years. They don't taste like cookies anymore. They taste like chemicals.
Oh.
So I'm kind of curious when you said that there's a gluten-free option. I'm like, okay, what does that really taste like?
Tastes like an Oreo.
I mean,
I've had it. It's
so it doesn't leave like an aftertaste or anything?
no,
No.
just tastes like an Oreo.
Okay, because I always wonder, like, when they start changing
They
ingredients and
can't
stuff.
change it too much because then people won't buy it.
Yeah.
If it tastes too gross.
yeah.
enough,
Yeah,
they
then
won't
it's
eat
like, what is this? Hydrox? Get out of here. Is this a Kaleidos? Get out of here.
Yeah, the good old Kaleidos. you know when you start naming off-brand, and we know exactly what you're talking about. got the twist and
Hey,
shouts.
don't talk down on the Kaleidos and the twisted shouts. Those brought me through some hard times. They were my only friends.
I think Trader Joe's has a version called like JoJo's or something like
That's
that.
kind of cute.
Oh, really?
Though.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually
JoJo's Oreos. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, and also I think the cream kind of tastes a little bit different now too. But again, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just how.
Well, they
I've
probably
tasted.
used like fresh farm to table
That's right.
ingredients for the
course they do.
Oreo biscuits back in 1912.
Yeah. What's your favorite flavor of Oreo? Are you just an original, or do you have a certain kind?
That's a good question because I think I like them all. The mint is really good, and around Christmas time they have like a peppermint version.
Oh yeah, it's like red and white, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Didn't they have a cookies and cream Oreo, which is basically what an Oreo is?
That sounds kind of familiar.
That's
Maybe
interesting.
They did. That is kind of redundant, right? An Oreo flavored cream Oreo.
I
with
felt
the-
like there was a mistake at the factory, and it's like, oh no, all these crumbly bits got into our cream.
Yeah.
What do? Make a new flavor.
That's right. Of course, the best Oreo flavor is an Oreo Blizzard from DQ.
Oh yeah.
That's
I'm
the
try-
best.
Let's see. Have I ever had? I don't
Well,
know if I've
anything
ever had
mixed with ice cream is
I
gonna
know
make
it's
it
soft
Oh
serve.
better.
yeah, 100%. See, on top of the regular, I do like, which I don't see very often, is lemon flavored. I like the lemon flavored one.
Yeah, but those are usually
The Easter.
well, no, I know what you're talking about, like just like a lemon cream cookie.
Yeah, and the cream is yellow.
Yeah,
For lemon, but yeah.
but those are usually like Kroger brand or something like that, where you would have
Is this specific to the store? I guess.
Well, I think like Kaleidos and Hydrox and Twist and Shouts, I think they're deliberately trying to do an Oreo. I think when you go to the bottom shelf of the cookie aisle
The rejects.
and you have like the lemon creams
Yeah.
or
the two tier.
they're not trying. I mean, they're just like, this is what it is. You know, you need to buy 5 of these for an office
want
party.
cheap when we're
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Put us on a platter. Nobody's gonna know.
Nobody's gonna care. Just you know what you're doing.
I guess we should say that before we end it, it's like, well, it is Oreo, and it's part-ish of our namesake because of the double stuffed Oreo.
Yeah.
But also double stuff for Oreo is STUF. It's just one F.
And they have like mega stuffed and like double mega now and stuff for people that like really like the cream. I'm not so much in the cream. The one thing that has always always been the downer of Oreos is you have to like almost eat them alone because they coat your teeth,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, yeah.
and you cannot smile or laugh after you've eaten
Again, you got to do it in
an
the
Oreo.
privacy of your
That's
own
right.
home. Yeah. So yeah, the mega stuff. Well, the thing is, if you look, since they've minimalized things, the double stuff Oreo, the way it looks now, that's the way original Oreos were, and then the mega stuff was the double stuff because everything is so thin now.
Oh.
Like so, if you
Well,
look
they
at
have
like that's
thin
what the size-
Oreos.
They
too.
do have the thin ones.
Yeah, that's yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we'll just
For people that
you
like the
gotta
crunch of the
you gotta at least
cookie.
get your cream in. Yeah.
Well, let's go on to another day. This will be on March 11th, which is the National Worship of Tools Day. Sounds
this is definitely
ominous.
for you.
So it's very like
It's hard to
Tim
imagine the
Taylor
world
Home
without
Improvement.
tools, yes, as they are a key part of our daily lives. From the hammer, the screwdriver, and the wrench to the most sophisticated tools, they are necessary. Upon their use, they sometimes get rusty and need to be shined. They get dirty and need to be cleaned. They get dull and need to be sharpened. So on this day, go out into your garage, clean up all your tools, organize them, put them back to where they are supposed to go, which is what I'll be doing hopefully before March 11th. But
And
I
then-
think I own a screwdriver.
Yeah.
That's as far
it's
as
super
my-
sad.
Yeah. Well,
Super
my
sad.
screwdriver is cute because it's got
That's a sentence. My screwdriver is cute.
so you can unscrew the lid off, and it's got all the little attachments. So like if you need
Oh, okay.
and you can exchange the little
The heads, I guess.
drilly bit. What am I trying to
The
say?
bit.
Yeah.
The bit, yeah.
So you can exchange them, and I think it comes with 10 different attachments. So
Yeah.
I've got a cool screwdriver.
So it's like a multi-tool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but it's still one tool. I
Yeah.
don't have a toolbox full of
You
stuff.
can do a lot with a screwdriver. You can do a lot with,
Yeah.
and even if you don't have a hammer, there's always some sort of bludgeoning device that's around. Yeah. But I think the purpose of this day is to take count of all of yours, which would only take a few minutes for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And organize and make sure that everything needs to be, because one of the hard parts of having a complete sort of tool workshop, shed, whatever it might be, is the maintenance of it. Because usually when you're done with a project, you just put it down and move on. And it's a challenge to
Or you go out
keep
and buy
everything
new
going.
tools.
Or
Yeah.
that's the excitement. Where did that one thing go? Let me go buy another
Yep,
thing. And now I
yep.
have two
now
things.
I've got
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, because it seems like well-known facts. When you lose it, you go buy another one. Somehow the other one appears somehow.
Well, that's like socks in the
Yeah.
dryer. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
they get separated, and you're like, "Oh, I guess I'll throw it away," and then the pair comes back.
That's
yeah.
true.
However, that weird voodoo works.
Well, I think we got time for one more March holiday if you have one.
I've got one.
Okay, let's hear it.
This one is
As we march off to the end of this episode.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
very nicely done. March 19th is National Let's Laugh Day.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a cute way to end the
Yeah.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah, and everything with a good Flintstone style laugh where you just loop it at the end.
Yeah.
But so we've all heard the saying that laughter is the best medicine, and some studies have shown that laughter can boost your immune system. Relieve tension and helps you relax.
Yeah.
Which makes perfect sense. I do like a good
At least once a
hearty
day.
laughter.
At least once a day. You need to have a good laugh once a day. I mean,
Yeah,
there's certainly, as everything is, there's a season for everything. But even in really hard times and mournful times, you need to have at least one laugh a day.
Yeah, well, and then if you're part of the Harmon household, it's definitely maybe at least once an hour, and we laugh quite a bit.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, we're a very healthy, happy
Well, we
family.
usually laugh at like the stupidest things.
Get out of here. No way.
It'll just be so random, and it's one of those things. It's like, why am I laughing? It's not even funny. And then some of us will say that, and then we'll start laughing harder.
again. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's
It's contagious.
well, and what's interesting is that there's certain places where they do like I guess it's almost like laugh therapy, where they like you do like they teach you to laugh. And you
I have
laughing
heard,
exercises.
like, even smiling, like, even though you don't feel like it, it will. it will trigger like hormones and chemicals to be released. Even if you're not feeling like smiling, you should smile.
Yeah.
I would assume that laughter would be the same thing.
Yeah, well, and
'cause
then
you have to smile. You normally smile when you laugh.
Yeah.
yeah, and then I think I read somewhere. I mean, don't quote me because I'm not a doctor or anything, but I thought it was like,
Oh, we don't.
oh, good. I feel so relieved now. But I thought I saw somewhere, or someone that maybe said it, that that part with the laughing therapy is you kind of fake laugh until you laugh for real. So I guess with the way the brain works, the brain can't differentiate between a fake laugh and a real laugh. So that's why like you might start out by doing like an insincere one, but after a while it does turn into a real laugh. But some of the really cool things is that
Trick yourself into being happy.
so something like that. So it says
Homework,
like
Charity. Homework.
everybody fake laugh for the first 10 minutes of the day. It says when you and a friend have those long bouts of uncontrolled laughter that usually ends in tears or aching stomach, if you're able to do a good like hearty laugh for 10 minutes or longer, you actually burn between 10 and 40 calories every 10 minutes. So if to be honest, as much as we laugh, I should be like Miss America by now.
Yeah,
So-
but it's those Oreos. They're not 10 to 40 calories.
Well,
So
that's one
like
of those,
for
like, you
every
throw in a-
Oreo you eat, you have to have 15 minutes of laughter.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
if you eat a sleeve of Oreos, you gotta be laughing all day long.
Yeah, it's like
That's
hysteric.
right. Yeah.
Hey, that'd be a great incentive. Like if you laugh, then you get a whole sleeve of Oreos. It'll be like,
Which means that
sure.
Oreos could be doctor approved.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Ni-
we need to
9
work
out
on
of 10
that.
doctors recommend Oreos.
A sleeve of Oreos for 2 days worth of laughter.
And also, I think this podcast proves that we even the most random stuff we talk about, sometimes it ends up in just random laughter, which I think I enjoy, and
Sure.
it kind of works for all 10. I said all 10 of us. I was trying to say for the 10
I was gonna
minutes.
say you added more hosts.
Yeah.
Triple the hosts, triple the topics.
There's a lot of us here, so I don't know. That I was trying to make a segue out of that, and that didn't work out too well. I mainly tried to say all that to say thank you for listening to today's episode. As we talked about March holidays, that's always a lot of fun. End it with a good laugh. So we have almost 200 episodes to listen to. So please just start with episode 1, where we're sounding weird and awkward,
Oh,
and then
little baby podcasters.
little baby podcasters, and then listen to us today as you're listening.
Well, we're still nice and awkward, but now we're grown up podcasters.
Now we're grown up podcasters, and you can be like, then you laugh when you hear our evolving. But yeah, so 200 episodes almost. Just go to doublestuffpod.com. We're also available on all the major platforms. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Double Stuff Podcast, and of course on Twitter X at Double Stuff P, and that's the letter P.